Good day, everyone. Methodist Dave here, professional theologian and Bible teacher with our daily devotional for Thursday, July 30th. We come to chapter 30, the book of Proverbs. I encourage you to read the entire chapter, but we are going to focus on verses 18 and 19 here. There are three things that are too wonderful for me, four that I do not understand: the way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on a rock, the way of a ship in the sea, and the way of a man with a woman. This is an example of Hebrew poetry. The 3-4 method, it might change. It is like there are four things that I find incredible, five that are beyond my comprehension. It's like you pull out a number, that there are a certain number of things, and then you add one to it. It's a mnemonic thing. It's poetic. And a lot of people criticize it, say, that's just poetry. You can convey truth in poetry. We watch Shakespeare's plays. Listen carefully. They rhyme. Shakespeare's plays rhyme. The play is the thing to prick the conscience of the king. All throughout his work, poetry. It tells a story, makes a point. So don't ever listen to anybody who says that's just poetry or that's just poetic. Yes, it is poetic to help you to remember, but it may convey a truth, or it may just be poetry. This here is poetical, and it's just remarking on the wonder of the things that we see and observe. The way of an eagle in the sky. I don't know if you've ever seen a bald eagle flying. There are several nests in New Jersey here where I've grown up. There's an eagle's nest near a lake near where I live. My parents used to live in another town where there's an eagle's nest. All along the Delaware Bay, there are observation points where you can go, and there are eagles flying over the meadows. And some birds, like smaller birds, they just flap their wings, like they're just like flap, 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 flapping. But when an eagle flies, it's swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Their movements are so fluid and so majestic. It's like almost flying without any effort, and they glide so much they find thermals, and they don't appear to extend any effort when they fly. So they're majestic animals to watch fly. And they can descend from an incredible height. Their eyes are so focused that they can see a fish in the water from almost a mile high and dive down on that and just snatch that fish out of the water before it has a chance to react. Small animals, rodents out of the fields, they see them from a mile away and snatch them, and they just do it so effortlessly. It's just incredible to watch. The way of a snake on a rock, well, I don't like snakes very much, but if you've ever watched them move, they just seem to glow, to glide linearly. It's not, they don't curl themselves and push themselves, most of them. They'll just, in one fluid fashion, they'll just glide across the ground. And almost like they had millions of little feet carrying them. It's incredible to watch. And you'll see snakes curled up in where the author is. You would go out into the wilderness, and if it was early in the morning, you would see snakes curled up on rocks trying to warm up. They find things that are warmed because they're cold-blooded. They can't regulate their own body temperature. They are dependent upon their environment for finding a place warm. The way of a ship on the sea. Watching a boat sailing through the ocean, it's just so incredible how this massive piece of machinery is propelled along. Back in the day, the author would see sailboats, that ships propelled by the wind, large ships. They made some pretty big boats back several thousand years ago. They could transport all kinds of things. If you go to the Vatican, there is a giant obelisk that was set up by, I believe, Caligula, and it is one piece of stone, one massive stone that was loaded on a barge in Egypt and transported all the way to Rome by ship, brought upriver, unloaded, and erected right there in the center of Rome. And it was a ship that carried this massive stone. It was a big boat. Watching them move through the water, it's incredible. And then, of course, the closing passage, the way of a man with a woman. Our relationships are the way we deal with each other. It's just incredible. It can be a beautiful or an ugly thing. I knew a couple that had been married for 50 years. And he would go on how wonderful his wife was. She'd roll her eyes like, ugh. Hey, she's beautiful. She's the best. And she's like, ah. But you could see she loved it. And couples that sometimes they don't seem to get along at all. They're always fighting and bickering. But try and get between them. Don't. The way we interact with each other. There are so many things in this world that are remarkable and amazing. And I think what the author is trying to tell us in this passage here is, don't forget to look at the little things. Don't despise the small things in our life. A trail of ants one ant will go off in a direction, and if he finds food, he follows his own trail back, signals to the other ants somehow, and now they all follow that trail that he established, and that trail will last for years. The ants will follow that path for years if it leads to a reliable source of water or food. And it's communicated through scent. It's amazing to watch a tree grow, to watch flowers bloom and then turn into fruit. A little flower becomes an apple or pear or tomato. It's amazing. So do not despise the small things in life. They are wonderful. They are incredible. They are God-breathed. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. And if you've got a question about this or any other subject, drop me an email, methodistdave@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to answer your question. Until tomorrow, please be good to each other.